Welcome back. It's time for the sports and you're watching Newsroom. Now, the French got a pasting from South Africa in the first of their three-match inbound series. It was a welcome reprieve for the Bok coach Allister Coetzee, who'd had a torrid first season in charge of one of South Africa's national treasures. The second test in Durban this weekend is expected to be a slightly different affair, with France's top 14 season come to an end. Star players who were involved in the final between Clermont and Toulon are expected to come and shore up the French offence. With me to talk about this and as well as other weighty matters is rugby enthusiast, French ambassador to South Africa, His Excellency MR CHRISTOPHE FARNAUD.
Sawubona, hello.
Sawubona, hello. You just spent some time in Durban and picked up a little bit of the lingo?
Exactly, and we met with the teams. We have two teams, as you know, in town now. We have the Barbarians and we have the 15 de France, the national team.
Yes.
It was great, good time.
Very good, very good. We're also glad, we mentioned a little bit earlier that you would be hoping to break through the gridlock that had been created by the taxi strike, and you made it on time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Ambassador, the incoming rugby tour. All right. What impact do you expect that returning top 14 finalists will make to the, we say, 15 France?
15 de France, yes.
15 de France.
Well, we expect a lot because I must say that last Saturday we congratulated the Boks, and it was a good match for them. But and the French played well as well. But well, the result is what it is, and so we very much expect that the next match in Durban will show that we have some more capabilities.
I can imagine. I like the way you put it. Like last Saturday, you congratulated the Boks, and the rest of the sentence is, yes, we're going to be congratulating France this coming Saturday. I certainly hope not, but it should make for an interesting match. Do you foresee, though, because I want to go a little bit back towards the Springboks, because, I mean, watching the Springboks over the last 18 months or so, they've been in all sorts of troubles, all sorts of different problems, losing against teams that nobody had expected them to lose to. Do you foresee this new-look Springbok side becoming, once again, a world beater?
Who knows? You know, I'm not a specialist, but really I admire the evolution of the team. It's a good time. What I can say is that we had the famous semi-final France-South Africa in '95 in the same stadium as
in the rain.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see this time if the game will be up to the expectations.
All right. Now, there's also a lot happening away from the field. I mean, we know that when such big matches happen, and also when we've got the head of the bid for France's 2024 Olympics coming in country, as well as yourself being made available to come chat to us, there's also a lot going on off field. Sport diplomacy, I believe you call it. Can you tell us what is happening around the context of sport diplomacy with this incoming tour?
Well, there's a lot going on, and in a nutshell, sports is not just sports, basically. Sport is performance, is the pleasure of the show, it's excitement, but it's also, you know, values, it's bringing togetherness up to the front, it's showing that people are able to build something together. So as such, and of course it creates contacts among the people, between the peoples. And so that's exactly what we want to do with all that we are doing now. Yes. So we have a common project, I mean the French peoples, and this is Paris 2024, where Paris would like to host the next Olympics and Paralympics. And we have also these matches between the French and South Africans. It's not just competition, it's a way to have, and this is why we talk about sports diplomacy, to have people meeting each other and having new opportunities to exchange and build something together.
I'd like to stick a little bit with the sport diplomacy. A lot of people are very much aware of Alliance Française. People are aware that there's so many different aspects of French culture that they can get through Alliance Française. Is there any, maybe the Paris Chamber of Commerce that have come through on this as well? Are there any meetings and business dealings that are being had at that level on the back of this kind of series?
Not really. As you mentioned, sport is also economics. It's not just politics, yes. But this time it's first, you know, to have this test series, which I think is ahead of the next World Cup. We can talk about that as well. And but it's basically, this is more for sports and once again social exchanges. And on that I want to mention as well what has been done by the players of the Barbarians, especially with the youth from the townships. They did it in Durban yesterday. They will do it in Gauteng next week as well. Yes. I think they have coaching sessions, friendly coaching sessions. It works marvelously, and I think it's a good way to exchange and, you know, show that we accompany this transformation process in the country, and the players were very satisfied with it, and I hope the kids as well.
All right, no, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that the one in Gauteng as well is just as successful as the one in KwaZulu-Natal that was had yesterday. A quick one, and this one cuts right to the bone. France and Ireland are up against South Africa, bidding for the Rugby World Cup 2023. Now, France just recently hosted a Rugby World Cup 2007. We all saw it on TV. It was great. It was very well managed, by the way, and it was a great spectacle.
Thank you.
What, in your mind, gives France the edge over South Africa in the 2023 Rugby World Cup bid?
Well, I think it's a bit early to tell exactly who will win, and I will certainly not give a definite answer. But I think that, well, both countries have advantages in that situation, and France is known as a place where we have a lot of infrastructures. We have a long tradition of hosting world events in the field of sports. And so, as is the case for the Olympics, we think that we could also be the front runner for the Rugby World Cup. But I have to admit that South Africa has assets as well, and once again, let the best win. We're just at the beginning of the competition, but we've proved in the past, as you said, that we don't do things. And once again, it does not just have to do with infrastructures; it has to do with the society project. And I think that will be a key topic.
That's one thing that we've definitely seen in your bid for the 2024 Olympics. We know that the IOC is looking at copying the FIFA, the Sepp Blatter model, for example, of awarding two events all at the same time. He's come up with something good with everything else that's been said about Sepp Blatter. 2024 and 2028, you're up against Los Angeles with regards to that for the Olympics. And the head of your IOC bid or Olympic bid has come out and said directly that there's no way that France or Paris is bidding for 2028. It's bidding for 2024.
Absolutely.
Can you tell me a little bit about how you've amortized the costs and amortized the infrastructure build and all of your both bids for 2023 and 2024 as a nation? Because I'm sure you've looked at that and it makes sense.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, it is a complete project, it is a comprehensive project, and so it has the financial side to it, but precisely what counts is that what we're looking for has a meaning for a much broader purpose, and precisely to make sure that it is worth it, we want to show, and we've shown, I think, that we do it with a lasting vision of things, you know, with a social side to it. Once again, the infrastructures either exist and will be renovated maybe, or will be created with a view to using them afterwards for social projects, for sustainable development issues. And once again, let me just give you an instance. We are now in the process of making the river that goes through Paris, the Seine, a river where you can swim again. It has not been the case for years, and so precisely the process has been started, but we want to make sure that if we get the Olympics, some of the competitions can take place in the Seine. Yes, and then it will remain as something, as a place where people will be able to swim. Can you imagine that swimming just at the foot of the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, is that it? Yeah. That's amazing. I think that's amazing.
Just a tiny example, but a very telling one, I think.
I think so. One of the things that has come up once we talk about Europe, has certainly developed several hotspots for terrorist activity of late. How are you dealing with concerns over the safety of the hordes of fans that are going to descend upon France should you win the bid for 2023 or 2024? Well,
that will be clearly an important point. And I think that first, the best message for the international community against terrorists is precisely to show that we can host such competitions, even in places which in the past have been targeted. And as maybe you know, we have huge capabilities in that field, and certainly we will coordinate with our partners, etc. And it's something we can face, definitely. We've had, even since the last terrible terrorist attacks we've had on the French soil, we've had international events, international gatherings, and it went well.
All right. Now, in closing, I just want to check with you just on that sports diplomacy, as it's called. Would you describe yourself as a proponent of sports diplomacy or a practitioner?
Well, I'd love to be more of a practitioner, but let's say that I'm halfway. Basically, I think it's best. Practicing sports is for everyone, so everyone at its level. But pleasure for me anytime.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for making the time and coming to share some of your thoughts with us. I think there's a lot more we can talk about, especially since you used to be a lock, I believe, when you were in your playing day.
A very modest one, but yes.
No, thank you very much. I think when you stand up, people will see exactly how tall you are, how great a fullback you'd make.
With great pleasure. Avec grand plaisir.
Yeah, okay, I'm not even going to try and say that in French at all. Much appreciated. So this is His Excellency Mr. Christophe Farnaud, the Ambassador of France to South Africa, chatting to us about some of the key things that are coming out of the incoming rugby tour as France tries to get one back against the Springboks this coming weekend.